All right, another True Temper Kelly Perfect Phantom Bevels. Another one that I couldn't wait on sharpening. This one no longer has the pole stamp. It's been used and abused. I had to clean it up a little bit. Refinished it, reblued it, and made it look a little worn. I think it came out really nice. I know that I don't always record all my projects, but the mushrooming on this was not horrible, but it was pretty decent. Took it down and blended it really well. Couldn't take out that chip because I didn't want to go too far into everything, but I think it turned out good. I don't know. I may end up hanging this one someday, or it may just sit on the wall. I don't know yet, but it's definitely a keeper. This is another little cruiser. It is a no name. I think it was a paper label Plumb. Can't tell. I don't know for sure. There's no eye ridges, but just a really cool little cruiser, no name cruiser. This was my second Collins Legitimus stamp. A little damage there, but is what it is. Other than that, the stamp's not too bad. Just a nice double bit. I will probably hang this and use it. It is a 4-pound. I would really love to find a big heavy 5-pound double someday, but I just haven't come across one yet. Haven't even seen one on eBay. I just know some guys that have them, but I have not come across one. 4 pounds is the heaviest I currently have. Really cool axe. So I know for certain this is one that I got from Nate. King Cutter, E.C. Simmons. Really cool little carpenters or half hatchet. Little toad, but that's alright. Some pole damage. And these poles are hardened. So for them to be damaged like that, this thing must have really been used. Really cool. I think this is going to go up on the wall for a wall hanger collection because it's too cool to hang and use, in my opinion. I've got way too many small beater half hatchets for that. But my first King Cutter axe, and probably won't be my last. Really nice stamp on this one. Thank you, Nate. All right, Plumb double bit, full size double bit. If I remember correctly, this was also a trade with Nate. I really need to start just putting tape on all these so I can know who I got them from, because they're starting to run together now. I've been trading with so many people. Just really cool double bit Plumb. This is a True Temper Flint Edge double bit. I don't remember where I got this one. I think it was in a trade. I think I traded some fire axes for this and some cruisers. It's marked 3.2, so it's a 3.5 pound. Yeah, I did. I got this from a guy in California who's in an axe group that was part of that trade. Really cool axe. I like the geometry, the shape of it. Can't remember what pattern it's called. I have learning disability, and names and numbers and things of that nature escape me. I would have to look it up, but Swamper peeler. Man, I don't remember what it's called. Y'all know. Y'all probably tell me, but all I know is it's cool. I'm glad to have it in my collection. Really cool trade. This next one was also a trade. Restored a hand plane for another buddy of mine. Super pitted on this side. Not as pitted on this side. And this, if I remember correctly, is a South American pattern. It's a slip fit. So basically, the higher up on the handle it goes, the tighter it gets. You could hang it traditionally or do a slip fit. It is kind of reminiscent of that wood slasher that I showed y'all earlier, which, man, I just never can remember the name. There, Hudson Bay. Kind of reminiscent of a Hudson Bay, but a very large, large one. I think this is hammered around and welded to make it. Just a cool axe. It's the only one I have of its kind in the collection. This next one was a trade from Adam the Viking in England. It is an Elwell 5. It's only a 5-pound. They make these all the way up to 10 pounds, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I think this is what they call a trimming pattern. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I just saw one of his videos the other day. He called it something else. He called it a trimming pattern and something else, and I can't remember what it was. But 1963. Really cool axe design. I do intend on hanging this at some point. Look how large that eye is. I'm going to have to make a custom handle for it. I want to hang it and use it at some point. Super cool axe head. This is another trade from Adam in England. It is an Elwell 6-pound. See if we can get that stamp. There we go. 6-pound Elwell. I think they just call this a wedge pattern, but that thing is just massive. I can't wait to hang this and use this too. I think this is probably so far to date the heaviest axe head that I have. Really cool. Really cool axe. Geometry on that. And you can tell that thing is heavy. This is another trade from Adam. It's an Elwell Kent pattern, 2.5-pound Kent. From what I understand, this arrow indicates that it was used by the military over there, British military. I think this would also be really cool to hang and use. Might make a really cool boy's axe since it's 2.5 pounds. Very interesting and unique pattern. If y'all are not reaching out to people that are in the community, talking to them, getting to know them, trading with them, you really should be, because most everybody's happy to do it, and you can get some really cool stuff. Like I have traded, paid shipping to send stuff overseas, and they've done the same. I just sent something and he got the package today, and he's sending some other stuff out in return as a thank you. Super cool. Wasn't 100% expected. I just told him I was looking for a couple of things, and he found them and told me he found them, and he's shipping them out. So yeah, it's a really cool pattern. Elwell 2.5 Kent pattern. Here is another. This is a 5-pound Spearwell. Same company that made the Tasmanian that I have. Spearwell and Jackson and Elwell came together and they combined, I think Elwell bought out Spear and Jackson from what I understand, and for just a short time they called them Spearwells, and they had that marking. It was really funny. I purchased this off of eBay from a guy in England just a couple of days before I got in contact with Adam, and we actually did some trading. Really cool pattern. This one will probably go on the wall since I have that 6, and I just can't wait to use that 6-pounder. Nothing extremely special here. Can't read the name on it because of the lighting. Maybe y'all can make it out. But it is just a hewing hatchet. Someone has put a secondary edge on this. I know from reading some of them came with a secondary edge, and they were intended for a different type of hewing purpose. But a lot of them were done by end users. Most of them come flat like a chisel on one side and are beveled on the other. So I don't know whether or not the end user did this or if it came from the factory like this, but still a cool little piece of history. Alright, the last one out of this crate, and y'all may recognize this as Nate's pitted Pulaski build. I was looking for a user for my brother-in-law, and I traded Nate. And when this showed up, I was like, man, that is way too cool to let go of. So I found something completely different and hung it for my brother-in-law. This is going to go on the wall. Man, that's sharp right there. And just be a cool reminder of friendships made in the community. True temper. Really hard to make out the stamp because of all the pitting. But really cool. Worn and beat Pulaski. These are all axe heads that I know. This is from the crate that I have set aside for sale or for trading. So if you see anything in here that you want or interested in, reach out to me. My email, lionheadrestorations, is on my homepage. This is just a true temper wood slasher cruiser. It's an older one. It's got 6 eye ridges. A little bit of bit damage, but nothing that can't be cleaned up and fixed. Very cool little axe head. Make a good user. This next one is also a cruiser. It is a Collins Homestead. Nice bits on it. Patina looks great. Mark II. Very nice cruiser. It's another Collins cruiser. It is like the one that I use on the 28-inch Adirondack. Really nice head. Label's gone, but it still has a little bit of original paint on it, and the stamp is still nice and crispy. My hands are going to get dirty because I oiled these not too long ago. But yeah, really nice cruiser head. This next one, don't remember where I got this from. I think it was part of a trade or a bulk buy. But it's just a 2.5 pound boy's axe. A little bit of pole damage, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. This would be a good user for somebody. Not sure what this pattern is. It almost looks like a boy's Connie, but I may be wrong on that. Super nice head to make a really good user. This next one is an old Connie, really beat up. This would make a nice project. This is an old Collins Legitimus. I didn't even realize that until just now. Just saw that. But the stamp is so messed up you can't really make it out. But this would make a good project axe. Something to modify and to use. Nothing spectacular, but interesting nonetheless. This next one is more of a modern style double bit. Very, very pitted on this side. Use safety goggles. A lot of companies in the 70s started doing that, putting that on there. I don't know. I can't make that out. Maybe y'all can. But I can't make that out. But it's just a nice double bit that would be a good user. Alright, just another old double bit. Been beat up and abused, but still has some life in it. At one point it was a 4-pound. Doesn't feel like it's 4 pounds anymore. But it still has some life in it. Could be used. I remember when I got this, I thought it would be cool to modify it into an old fire axe. And I may still do that, I don't know yet. Everything's kind of up in the air because I'm going to start traveling again. But yeah, just a cool used and abused double bit. This came in a bulk buy. It's a Master Mechanics. I think I bought 5 or 6 axe heads at one time off of eBay. You know what? No, I think this may have just been a gimme that somebody gave me on top of some other stuff I bought on an axe group. I honestly can't remember. But neat little axe. Would definitely make a good user. Alright, this is another very abused and worn and used Connecticut pattern, I think. It's hard to tell. I think it was at one time probably a Connecticut pattern, but it has seen better days. This is probably one that'll just be put up on the wall just for the history of it. No idea of make or age, but it's definitely been used and loved and abused. Those could be used interchangeably, I guess. This next one is another very abused. Look at the pole on that thing, man. Very abused single bit. It is cracked. This is one I probably won't get rid of. I'm just going to knock the junk out of the eye. Look how expanded that eye is. It's actually cracked here as well. It's cracked here and cracked here. I'm just going to knock the stuff out of the eye and put this up on the wall. Unless somebody wants it, but to me, I think that would be the only thing I could do with it. It looks like there's some stamp on there, but I can't make it out. I don't know. Yeah, but this one has definitely seen some better days. This one, whoever used this got their money out of it. I know that. I don't think I've ever seen one this beat before. Man, it's got a crack back here too. 1, 2, 3 cracks on just this one side. Wow. Nothing special about these next ones. They're just beat up little half hatchets. No markings that I know of on them. Just your everyday finds. A lot of these were in a bulk buy, and a lot of times when you're bulk buy on eBay or something like that, there's 2 or 3 heads in the group. You know, there might be 10 axe heads, might be 8 axe heads, and there might be 2 or 3 of them that are worth purchasing if you get a good bid in on it, and you just kind of get everything else as it comes. And that's pretty much what happened with these and some of the other really beat heads that you just saw. Alright, another splitting maul, probably from the 70s era. It says wear safety glasses. This is a axe eye maul, not a sledge maul, which is kind of cool. I may use this someday, don't know yet. Or I may part with it. If you want an axe eye maul, let me know. If not, then maybe I'll use it in about 10 years. Another very heavy wear eye protection. It's probably from the 70s or 80s. Heavy 8-pound splitting maul, axe eye maul. I got you on the wrong setting here. There we go. Back out a little bit so y'all can see the whole thing. Yeah, 8-pound axe eye splitting maul. That probably would just work really, really well. Heavy joker. Don't know about swinging it all day long, but it'd probably get work done real quick. Lastly, my brother gave this to me. This is what he was originally wanting to make a throwing hatchet out of. Don't know. I don't think this was a Plumb. There's some Chinese hatchet. No markings on it. But it's got the epoxy eye in there. The entire thing is filled with epoxy, so it's not quite like Plumb did. I'll have to boil that out if I even end up doing anything with this. I don't know. But yeah, that was one my brother gave me. So I'll probably end up keeping that. I forgot it was in that particular box. Well, that was the end of the collection, folks. I got a couple more coming in, but by the time this video airs, they'll still be in transit. Got a cruiser and another True Temper Flint Edge. I know it's a True Temper Kelly Perfect coming in. Hope y'all enjoyed the axe collection videos. Like I said, if there's something you're interested in, or if y'all want to see a video of specific things that I'm willing to go ahead and sell or trade or get rid of, let me know and I'll do a video on that. It's getting late and I need to get ready for work. So y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for tuning in.